I gotta show off this new route that I've got. Okay, so 100 points into magic. Magic is way too important not to have. Most notably, the Calm spell is going to be absolutely essential for making sure that the sneaky thiefy sections are not as slow as they otherwise should be. The other 50 points we put into stealth. Stealth is important because we need to grind some. We need skills that are higher than the 300 that a lot of our skills start at in order to complete some skill checks, and stealth is the worst one to grind. That's right, Dark Armist. It is QFG 5 time. Hopefully you did not see the my attempt at No Major Skips Wizard a moment ago. It was not great. But yeah, we put 50 points into stealth because we're going to need to succeed a 400 stealth check later in the run. And we're going to use an accessory to get that to 400. I mentioned in the Discord that we also need 350 offense, and that there was a timing window where we can swap the stealth charm for the Amulet of Attack to get 350 offense. That doesn't work. I was wrong. It actually checks both skills at the same time. But we're going to do something else instead to make sure that we're able to make both skill checks without having to grind offense. So the only skills we're going to have to grind are lockpicking and pickpocket. Lockpicking is going to be pretty fast. Pickpocket is not going to be that fast, but it won't be too bad. And we can't put points into pickpocket anyway because it's not available at the start. So here we go. Stab enemies. We are going to be stabbing, not with the dagger. We're going to be using a spear. That's the classy way to stab. But yeah, we're going to do some 100% thief done quick. Not going to stress too much because this is going to be my first attempt at 100% thief. But yeah, let's get it started. So like Wizard, we are going to begin by setting up our Yeet location outside of Silmaria. I don't actually know if it is optimal to do so. I'm pretty sure it is. Oop. So that's one. We are also going to be grinding for it because, again, I'm not that concerned about getting time just yet. So now we just need 2, which is the shyest one, unfortunately. Give it a few more tries and then we'll start again. But yeah, with the way that the wrong warp works, there it is. We need to see all 3 random encounter rooms in order to set up our yeets at the correct spot. Then we're going to do this. We're going to save and load because... no encounter. There we go. Because it's weird. It is weird. There are actually 2 reasons that we do that. I'll explain in a moment. First, we need to grind some lockpicking. This is the best place to grind lockpicking that I've found in the game, because there's no cooldown on the attempt, so you can just smash click, and it's a 450 check. Oops. We accidentally clicked the right mouse button there. Oh. Got some bad rolls there. Normally I have 350 by this point, but unfortunately we're only at 330. There we go, 357. Nice. But yeah, the first thing is that if you sleep twice, normally sleep is supposed to advance the clock by, it's supposed to advance the clock by 8 hours, but if you sleep twice to trigger an encounter, it automatically sets the clock to 4 a.m., and that's weird. We need to rob the bank, and we also need to visit the Dead Parrot Inn here. We need to punch that guy. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about. The Thief has so many things that require very specific setups to have happen. Entering the inn is one of those things, because we need to see Ugarte get poisoned. And all we have to do is make an appearance in the Dead Parrot before starting the Rites of Rulership. There's no other reason why we need to come into the inn except for that. We have to show the Thief's Sign to 5 different characters. Bruno's one of them. And we have to... that's the only place that I found where you can show the Thief's Sign to him, is all the way in the back of the inn. So that is not great. I really don't like that, but what are you going to do? We are setting up to rob the bank now. Because of the yeet setups that we were doing before, it was already almost day 5, so since we're going into the Dead Parrot Inn, that's a convenient time to set up Nawar Visit 1. So we just do that. We don't have to talk to her. Now we're going to rob the bank. Tier K. I've got mnemonics for each of the dancer's poses. Tier. And because you can miss up to 4 times to your kill, you only need to see 3 of them to ensure that you get it. We're getting lucky. Don't jinx me. Ah, and of course it's the last one. That was still pretty good. But yeah, so because of robbing the bank, we have to rob the bank twice to get 100%. That's where things get a little weird. Because we just enter the rights of rulership. Like we just go for it. Which means we haven't bought the magnets yet, and we haven't stopped by the inn, and there's no real good convenient time to stop by the inn. Oh, that's awkward. Okay. I need to check my notes. I need to check my notes. All right, so that split is a lie. That's okay. These guards are going to be closer, so maybe we'll make up some of the time later. We actually needed to buy from Wolfie and Sarah here before starting the rights, so we'll just do that now. Buy the ring, buy the jewelry, and we definitely need to stop by Wolfie because we are going to be doing Pegasus Peak, so we need the M4. Okay. Lost a little bit of time there, but not going to stress about it too much. Okay. And now we do the grand tour of all 5 villages. And because a thief with magic does not have levitate, we can't do the Skyrunner glitch, so there's no point in trying to do that for you can't do that for either Pegasus Peak or for the Hydra boss fight. Which is too bad. Because it is a very cool glitch. Even if it's a little bit. As with the wizard, it is faster to just eat out of every village. It just takes too long to run out manually, so we don't. And also, as I mentioned on my wizard attempt, it's actually like the time that it takes to go from inside Eos to it's weird because it feels like we're already part way. When you go to Eos, you're already part of the way up to Pegasus Peak, and we need to stop by there anyway. But because of eating combined with the Northwest Passage glitch, it just ends up being faster not running out of Eos. We just eat back to Silmaria. We'll go to Pegasus after we're done with all the villages. But yeah, it just ends up being faster just yeeting back outside of Silmaria and then activating the Northwest Passage glitch to head up to Pegasus Peak. It does increase the risk of random encounter, but again, we're going to be doing the safety version of that because it's 100%, and I'd rather get it completed than make sure that it's perfect. You only lose a few seconds for each safety saving. Not a big deal. The wizard has, interestingly, the wizard has a task for completing Naxos without setting off the alarm. The thief doesn't. The thief has other tasks for doing things without setting off the alarm, but not that one. It's already day 5, so unlike the wizard, we don't have to worry about the time. Kokino's corpse is going to be there. Also, we're doing this during the daytime, so in general, we've reduced the risk of having a random encounter. Guards are behaving in this village. That right there is a weird set of menu operations and mouse movements and keyboard presses to get used to, but you get used to it with just practice. Just finding out which menus you can press enter to auto. So auto button that you want to select, escape, tab to move around. Tab only works on the save menu to select the save game name field. And if you didn't know, that is the reason why we name our character 1 is to operate. You don't always get an encounter from sleeping twice. You're just... It's probably like a 95% chance. But it's not guaranteed. So this is the thing where resetting the game also resets the encounter. I assume it's a step counter, where it counts how many steps you take before it triggers an encounter. So it's just such a long walk, and you're that long of a walk, even during the daytime, you're reasonably likely to hit an encounter. So I just do that just for safety. Because we really, really, really do not want an encounter up there. It's not as bad as Wizard, because the Wizard eats a lot more than the Thief does, because the Wizard has to romance Katrina. We don't. Because to the best of our knowledge, Arana and Katrina will not marry a thief. That pool of water is closer for grabbing the Hippocrene water, but when the map transitions, the second time you click on it, it places you much further up the river, and so it just ends up being slower. It's a little weird. Oops, missed it. There we go. You don't need rocks. You can just rebound off the wall. Anything else I need to remember? I don't think so. Alright, don't miss the branch, don't miss the branch. We didn't miss the branch. Awesome. Does that Pegasus ever attack you? Does not. The only thing the Pegasus does is grab my mouse if I want to click on the feathers while it's flying in front. Which, yeah, that gets annoying. And then we leave out. We want it to be afternoon, so we don't bother sleeping in town. There's no reason to do that. May as well be an attack. Yeah, it is certainly very good. Horn Guard, Cycle Namar, Garte. So now we need to make a trip to the Dead Parrot, so don't worry, we're about to die, but we're going to be resting until evening anyway. We're actually going to be resting all through the night. So again, we visited the Dead Parrot Inn at the very start of the game before starting the Rites of Rulership. The next requirement, we do actually have to talk to Ugarte to set the next event flag. And he's over here. Oh, nope. Right. It's day 5, so Nawar's dancing. We have to cycle it first. And now Ugarte will be there. Thankfully, there's that music cue. But I was talking, so I was distracted. We only have to click on him. We don't have to say anything. Ugarte is the second person we have to show the thief sign to. We're also just training Frostbite because our magic is so low, and also we just want Frostbite to do more damage later on in the game. So we just do that whenever we can. If we're going to be resting, we may as well. It requires some clumsy menu operations, but it's basically free. Okay, we grab flowers. We only need 2 since we're ruling 2 women. And then we visit Selim. And I normally have the feathers slotted here, but we're not doing optimal menu operations. Sell the feathers, keep 1. And then buy 2 poison cure pills. Stamina pills. Money is going to be a little close here, so I have to be careful. And you'll see why later. We stole all that money from the bank. How could money possibly be tight? You'll see. Magnet, put the room there. And then we need the dagger. We need some mana pills. And I think that's it. And then we turn in the sigil. So yeah, I'll probably want to split sometime in the middle there, maybe after the last village. Perfect. Okay, so you notice we haven't stopped by the inn yet because we only have the magnets now. But now we're going to yeet as just a shortcut to get to the inn, and that's when we will do our in stuff. It's also still morning, because that's the way we wrote it up. Okay, I don't think I've forgotten anything yet. We'll find out. And so this is convenient because we actually get to put the magnet and the ring in the chest at the same time, because opening the chest is just unreasonably slow. So we get to batch the two operations together. And we need to menu rest until evening. Grab the sheets. Give the sheets to Anne. Don't forget to tell her about Wolfie. Then I think, yeah, it's safe to grab it. Alright, now we're going to do some Thieves Guild shenanigans. Which I'm not going to say. Lit Kai Sim Lit. Kai? Lit. Sim. Alright, so we've got a few important things to do here in the Thieves Guild. First thing to do is to show him the Thief sign. He's number 3. Then join the guild, and then we're going to buy the knife. We're going to buy blackjack, I guess. We're buying. We're not going to. Okay, that's fine. All right, so now we got to do our pickpocket grind. Orestes is a 400 or 450 check. 5, 6. And he doesn't mind us grinding on him. We need pickpocket at 250 in order to succeed at pickpocketing one of the townsfolk, which is also one of the tasks we need to do. It also makes pickpocketing the dummy a little bit easier, but that is also a very buggy task. Previously thought to be impossible, but I looked at the disassembly for the logic for it, and it turns out it's very possible. It just requires a very specific set of operations. I don't think I'm going to have the mental capacity to explain all of that, but the very specific set of things that I'm going to be doing are important for setting up the task, because it is easy to lock yourself out of being able to complete the task. Alright, so we are going to save. You need to listen carefully. Okay, good. So I clicked on it 4 times without having the bell ring. Well, that's very important. And now we need to succeed on this as the first try. Nope. 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 I hope I didn't screw myself out of that. I might have miscounted. There we go. Okay, we got it. It's easy to be off by 1 there. So there's a secret internal counter that has to tick up to 5, but it's easy for it to tick up to 5 and not actually trigger the task. Okay, we got it. Okay, so all the Dead Paradin visits that we set up earlier in the run are important right now. We need to visit the Dead Paradin 1 more time. And now Ugarte is set up to be in front of the Adventurers Guild. And he's going to get poisoned, and we need to cure him. We don't have to cure him, it's fine if he dies, it's just faster to cure him. So that's going to set up a conversation with Ferrari later to get another task that also was fairly obscure in terms of, did you know that that was a thing that you could do? We need to do this in the morning now. Yes, it was correct to not sleep again because we need it to be sometime between 9:30 and noon. So we'll just do some more of that. There is also a task to successfully blackjack somebody. Yes, there is a task to successfully blackjack somebody. And the most convenient one to blackjack is going to be on Sifnos. We are going to want mana pills there eventually, so let's go ahead and slot those. I guess we could do a couple blanks, though. We need the cola. Right, okay.
That's it.
Okay. So, unlike the Wizard, the Thief does not have a task for getting FA's reward for giving him the Hippocrene water, but he is going to give us the Stealth Charm, which is going to be helpful for the blackjacking task, because that's going to push our stealth up to 400. We'll just put it there, that's fine. Okay, so we need to sell some things, because we need money. No, not that. Oops. We're going to sell that. Sell that. Sell that. And that should be enough for the Wormbane Spear. No. Where do you think? There we go. So the Wormbane Spear is, it's not just that we are flush with cash. Again, as with the Wizard, we need to cycle Andre here a couple times to be able to get the anchovies from him. But yeah, it's not just because we're flush with cash, so we may as well get the Wormbane Spear instead of the Magic Spear. It's also that normal magic weapons boost your offense by 30. The Wormbane Spear boosts your offense by 50, which raises our offense from 300 to 350, which happens to be the threshold for blackjacking someone. So I'm going to save here just for safety. So as I said, so there's a task for entering Sifnos through the secret entrance without raising the alarm. The Calm spell specifically calms every enemy on screen, so we have to sneak to the right until both of those enemies are visible, then we can calm safely. Okay, I'm gonna think for a second here. Alright, if that looked obnoxious to you, good. It's hilarious. We want that. There we go, okay. Now we can safely remove that, and then sneak. Oh, shoot. Okay, good. All right. Oof. I held down sneak when I didn't want to. And then, yes. All right. There's a very specific sequence of keyboard presses there that are really important to make sure you don't get caught. We didn't. We have successfully done the thing that we wanted to do. Okay. Whew. We need boom. Doing sloppy clicking here. Sifnos. Menu rest from there. Okay. Alright. That was Sifnos. So yeah, understanding how the Calm spell works is really important. And the fact that it specifically targets all enemies on screen, but enemies off screen can still potentially see you. So that can make things easy sometimes. Basket there because we're going to give that back to Sarah. We're also going to buy the second ring. Oh, right, yes, we also need to pickpocket the townsfolk, and this is a pretty convenient time to do that. You can do it in daylight. And then buy another ring, I believe. We're not buying it later, are we? I want to make sure. No, we don't have enough money, right. We have to do that later. I forgot I slotted that in later. I need to update my notes. Okay. So it's convenient having the more powerful weapon for when we fight the Hydra, but the Zap spell is going to do more work in killing the Hydra quickly anyway. And yet somehow it's still not going to be as fast as the Wizard. And we got the Fast Guard. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's me holding spacebar. Maybe it's I have no idea what's causing me to get that sometimes and not others. Bring the guards back over to the west. There we go. Painting. I can't remember if there's anything we want to auto slot from Merrick, so we're not going to worry about it. I think we have enough money for everything. Yeah, we're okay, we're okay. I plotted this out. I plotted out the money, but I was really nervous there. We're going to get more money from the Hydra chest, and that's going to be enough to buy the second ring. Then the Hydra scales that we sell to Salim is enough to buy the fireproof potion we need. So buying the Wormbane Spear makes money tight on this run in a way that I did not expect. But it works out. That's also why we stop by Merrick now, instead of stopping by Merrick earlier during Rite 2, like I've been doing for the other classes. So that, and then we need Spear. We'll also need to make some pizza. I don't think I forgot the peppers. If I forgot the peppers, it won't be a total disaster. It'll just be awkward rather than except we also need peppers. Okay, we do have peppers. I saw it in the menu. We do have peppers, so we're okay. We'll just slot in a few other things we know that we need. You can buy, you know protection as a thief with magic, and you can buy resistance from chakra. So you could do the no healing pill strat against the Hydra, and it works. But swimming in Atlantis is actually more dangerous later, partly because the thief takes a little bit longer, and partly because we just have less vitality than the wizard does. So we buy the healing pill. We buy a good stock of healing pills anyway, so may as well use them on the Hydra. Okay. But yeah, and it's... I love the wizard strategy for slaying the Hydra, and I wish every class had access to it, but it does mean that I don't have to stress about it as much. It's not a potential choke point for a thief, the way that it is. You can still die. You can very easily die if Elsa shows up at the wrong time. And again, we have fewer hit points than the wizard does, so that means if the Hydra acid spray comes out at the wrong time, it could be bad. I'm going to rearrange my spells a little bit here. Wait, no. We do that on the way, right. Vanguard there. We will fight. So yeah, there's just a lot of downtime here, and I do feel like there is a faster way to do this. So one of the things that I discovered is that if you do buy the torch, or if you're willing to, actually no, it's specifically the torch. If you kill the left head, and then you click with the torch on the Hydra, then you'll run around to torch the Hydra head, and it'll wait. It will not regrow during that time period.
That did it.
Right, no, actually we don't. What the hell? We'll get money somewhere else. It's fine. It's fine. I know I said I was going to get the money from the Hydra chest, but there's no task for that. We're fine. It is not a problem. It's not an issue. Not an issue. So now we're going to stop by to talk to Ferrari. We need to ask him about the Blackbird. That option is not available to you unless Ugarte has been poisoned. And lucky for us, he's been poisoned. This is also the convenient time to show him the thief sign. He is person number 4. Show the thief sign. And then ask for information. There we go. Then we're going to rest until midnight. And now, Nawar will be here, and we can do Nawar visit too. Alright. And onward to make the early airship. Slot in the food. Where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the food? Because we are going to be sleeping in our room, and we're hungry right now because of all that resting we just did. We need to make the pepperoni and jalapeno pizza. So there's that. And then where are the peppers? There are the peppers. Okay. Don't need that there anymore. Sheets. Rope. Goo. Right, we already have the rope. We need a rope and a brace. We don't need the spear anymore. Oh, we got rid of the spear. Pizza. Let's get that rope. Okay. And then we'll put the brazier in slot 9 after we get the pizza. So we got 3 stops to make before we actually end the third right. Definitely part of the reason why we need splits between finishing rights 2 and 3 is because we're doing so much before the right formally ends. Oh wait, no, right. We are going to end right 3 first because we need to stop by a couple people in town before we actually go do our airship tasks. We're just making the airship run. Yeah, I need to measure out how much time we save by setting up our eat locations where we do. I'm pretty sure it still saves time, but it's definitely less than the wizard because we don't need to go to Katrina's Island so much. And then we can just magnet. And then sleep until morning. Yeah. Sleep until morning. So we need to stop by and talk to Wolfie and Elsa. Yeah, I have a note to stop by Sarah there. I need to remove that. Okay. Because we still don't have enough money to buy the second ring yet. We will, though, because we're robbing the bank the second time. That's going to count for a lot. Yes. Cycle through his conversations and tell him about the balloon. One of the many tasks that's easy to miss. And then we stop by the Adventurers Guild for 3 reasons. We need to sign the logbook. Elsa is the 5th person we need to show the thief sign to. There's no task for it, but we need to do it, because otherwise we can't get the Blackbird later. and she needs to know you're a thief. And the third reason is we need to woo her. And then we're going to yeet. Nope. And we're going to board our airship and do some stuff. Okay, so this part is mostly the same as you might expect, except that we want to skip the Dryad dance, because unlike the Wizard, we don't have to wait for the dance to finish. But we don't want to magnet back home, because we want to keep the airship to go down to Atlantis. So that's going to take some finagling. Nope, at first, I was worried that I was going to have to do some fancy routing to figure out how to get back onto Delos Island to get back to the airship to go to Atlantis, or maybe we go to Atlantis first and do the Dryads last, but then you can't take advantage of Northwest Passage as much. Thankfully, there's a simple solution, which you will see soon. Hippocrene water. We're going to do things in a little bit of a different order. Because we want to be close to the entrance when we water the 7th and final Dryad. The idea basically is that there's a brief window of time after you've gotten task credit but before the dance actually starts, where you can save the game. And it turns out, if you save the game and then load it, you'll appear back here. The entrance won't be blocked, assuming you did it right. And then you can just leave. This is really rude. Alright. Yep, that's it. You can just leave. Yeah, unfortunately, no dance incoming. We are skipping both dances as a thief. I am sorry to say. This is such a good song, but only the Wizard gets to hear it. The only tricky thing is that when you reload into the Dryad map, your character forcibly walks to a specific location, so I pre-walked to that location, so that's not an issue. We need... No, there's no open spell. We need oil. We need oil. And we need our toolkit. Okay. This is a little bit trickier for the thief. And then the toolkit. And then don't click on ourselves with a magnet, because that's really bad. Okay. Calm them, and it's a little trickier to glitch through here, but we can do it just fine. Okay. Alright, those of you on the Discord know about how I've discovered you can swim a bit faster by pumping your arms, because the front half of the swim animation is faster than the back half. The easiest way to do this is to cast a spell, but you can also do it just by clicking behind you somewhere, because it tells your hero to redirect themselves to go to wherever you clicked, but then you're still holding the forward button, and so it just sort of ignores that command. No dancing. Yeah, this is a danceless category. Sorry. Do we eat? No, we magnet. And we want it to be early afternoon. That's a little late, so... Okay, so I have it set up so that we rob the bank the second time, because we need to rob the bank twice as the thief. The guard is there after 6 or 6:30, so we don't want it to be after 4 p.m. Because it's the clock's going to advance by 2 hours after we complete this rite. So I'd rather have it be morning and then menu rest until the afternoon. I mean, you can blackjack the guard, and that's fine, but it's a little finicky, and it's definitely possible to screw up. And so I'm just going to do this for safety. Did I screw that up? Did I not want to go that far? I hope it's 6:30 and not 6. We're gonna find out. I may have just wasted time there. We'll see. If the guard's there, we'll just blackjack him. Don't be there. Don't be there. He's there. Okay. This is fine. We'll just put the Wormbane Spear on again, and the blackjack. And, oh. Then, quickly, before the other guard notices, get in. Get in. Excellent. Okay. This one's a little harder, so I gotta focus. L, F, M, T. Lift knit. Lift knit. Lift knit. K, cure. Lift knit, cure. Lift knit, cure. Lift knit. That's just there. Lift mit K. Mit. Lift mit, so that's lift K. Okay, good. Alright, oh wait, no, we don't leave. We don't leave. We yeet. If you leave, you get arrested. Because there's an unconscious guard outside. Alright, let's get rid of this. I don't know if that matters, but we'll just get rid of the spear. Because of our location, we can take advantage of this glitch. We don't care if we get an encounter anymore, because we're mostly done yeeting. I guess we're not actually mostly done yeeting. Never mind. That's fine. We didn't get an encounter, so we're fine. Yeah, sorry to disappoint if you were looking forward to dancing. Yeah, only Blizzard has. Though I am still looking for a skip. I think it's going to be difficult. So most of the rest of the run is pretty straightforward. The main thing that's different is us getting the Blackbird and all the shenanigans that that entails. Again, we don't have Levitate, so we get a YOLO down. I will safely save. Generally, you're going to survive. Oops, that's not. Trying to make a liar out of me. Again, resistance does help. I guess protection would help against that lemur if he does get close enough. The thing is that it doesn't always get close enough to attack you when you jump down. But our health is just lower as a thief. So it's a riskier strategy to do. You can use the rope and grapple to climb down, but that's slow. Who wants to do that? Ain't no one got time for that. So max polygamy for the thief means just Elsa and Nawa. Because to the best of our knowledge, it is not possible to. And I'm gonna dig in and confirm that this is true, because I'd love to get free marriages for the thief, same as the other classes. But to the best of our knowledge, the thief cannot marry Arana or Katrina. We still have to stop by and see the Guardian because there's a task to get the water-breathing amulet, so we have to choose neither of them to get that amulet. But we do still get a yeet out once we're done. Uh-oh. Am I not facing the right way? We didn't screw that too bad. Just frostbite the mains just for safety. And it trains our mom, so that's good. We're going to be training Frostbite when we're done with this anyway. Yes. There is one change to my route that I have penciled in here that I haven't tested, so it is an opportunity for this run to go badly. I did that too late. The menu option is down here. Yeah, interesting. I guess I should have expected it to be night there because it is always night when I get to Hades. So, but yeah, we need to buy the ring from Sarah here. So it is important that it's daytime. Proven our courage.
An oath?
Okay, the ordering of Rite 6 is a bit different for the thief. And back. Sleep until evening. We just need to do 2, technically 3 visits with Elsa in our room. So we may as well just get the first one out of the way here, and we need to stop by the dead parrot, I believe. Just say goodbye. Nothing needs to happen, we just have to make sure that this conversation occurs. Alright, this is also when we're going to go ahead and do the in-dancing skip. Because the drug chocolates have appeared in our room, which we'll be grabbing those later, we can now talk to her to cycle through a conversation. Just to make sure that... we don't need to do that. That was a mistake. Alright, let's see if we can get the skip.
Great! I told everyone.
Oh. So it's funny actually. And we crashed the game, right? No, we just hung the game. That's fine. Okay, we got it. We got it, but we crashed the game. Okay, we're gonna set that up again. Showing the thief sign was actually really bad there because of the lack of a menu option that I was expecting to be there. Okay, there we got it. I think that saved time, even though it took me several attempts. And this is a convenient time as any to do the third and final visit. But as with the other classes, we do need to stop by the Academy at some point during Rite 6 to see what they're doing to Gort, those monsters. It's terrible. How could they? So I haven't timed a run yet. I am wondering how close to 1 hour this category is going to get. It'll be interesting to see. I'm also going to need to think for a bit on the science aptitude test. because I discovered that apparently the aptitude test is different for each class. Wizard is really convenient because most of the options are on the same line, so you can just mash click through 3 of them, click 1 down, and then click up again. The Thief doesn't get to do that. And I have not memorized their positions yet. I will be able to recognize the answers, but I have not memorized exactly where they are. It's one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And then no, menu sleep to the morning, because now we're just turning in the right normally here. Okay, so the thing that I have... no, we're fine. The thing that I've routed in that's a bit different here is the fact that I don't visit Celine until the 7th part. We need to visit Celine partly to give him the drug chocolates, partly because we need to get the seeds, and partly because we need to buy a fireproof potion. Or 2 fireproof potions for the traps in Minos' fortress. Okay. That's why. Okay, got it. That's why we can't wait until Rite 7. So normally what I do is I immediately magnet back and then sleep in my room, and that will start the Blackbird mission. We need the fireproof potion before we do that. So I guess we may as well do this. We don't have the drug chocolates. Ugh, this is so awkward. Alright, let's sell you these, and then buy 2 of those. Okay. Lost a bit of time there. I'm glad I remembered. That would have been really bad to forget. So, if you have not shown the thief sign to Elsa, she will not appear here. Alright, we're going to save again for this, because this is an easy thing to mess up. So we calm to get that goon to settle down. We run either the visual cue that I use and sneak. And so now this is the point where the guards on the gate will be able to see us. So we tread very carefully. And we have to make sure that we do this thing very quietly, or else they will catch us. So I have a very quiet strategy that I use for getting into Minos. Looks a little something like this. I don't think they've heard anything yet. We're going to call them one more time. Alright. Nice, sneaky, and quiet way to get in. It's perfect. One more calm because we can't make it to the front door without having our calm expire. There is a thief route to get into the mansion, but it's inconvenient because it's slow and it places us on the right side of the screen. This is perfect because everybody's visible, which means we get them all with a single calm spell. We need the rope and grapple here. Again, we need to sneak before we do this because by the time we get to the top, our calm will have expired, and if we're not sneaking, then they'll see us. So we need to be in sneak state before we climb the rope and grapnel. Unfortunately, the goons on the right side of the screen are no longer visible, so we can't calm them. We calm there because that centaur was about to see us. But we have to sneak the rest of the way to the door so nobody else finds us. Once we're in here, we're good to go. We will have gotten all sneaky tasks to get inside here. We need the mana pills and stay waste. And then we need that. And then we're going to open the output gate. And we got a Blackbird. No problem. Now we need to grab the chocolate. Okay. So yeah, we lost time from having to stop by Celine beforehand. I forgot that we needed the fireproof potion for Minos. But that is the Blackbird mission done quick. we're not entirely done with the Blackbird. We need to give it to Wolfie so that he can make us an imitation. Wolfie's not there yet. Get the Blackbird back from him, and then buy the fake. Then we're going to give it to Ferrari, and then steal it back from him. So it should be 3 visits to cycle through all the conversations until they talk about Erasmus. That's the one about Rakeesh. The first one, when we stopped by last time, was there. Was they were investigating the drug. This one is Rakeesh. This one is about Ugarte. Yep. And then now it's going to be about Erasmus. And that's the one we need to wait for so that Julinar... Nope. That's the one so that Julinar will give us the seeds. And we've already bought the fireproof potion, so we don't need anything else. And we can just move it directly out of here. Right, yeah. Now we're going to sleep until evening. This will be the 3rd and final conversation with Elsa. And so this is when we will propose to her. Give her flowers and healing pills, and then... I don't know what else. Where's the ring? There's the ring. Yes, okay. So that's Elsa married. Now we grab the other ring out of our chest. Ignore that, Elsa. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and get the real Blackbird in. Give the seeds to Anne. Oop. Then we're gonna go give the Blackbird to Nawar, and that unlocks our ability to propose... Sorry, give the Blackbird to Ferrari, and that will unlock our ability to propose to Nawar. Because we do have to encounter Bruno the normal way on the bridge. We can't kill him behind the gate because there's a task to get the poison dagger. And the only one that counts is the one that's on Bruno. Even though Minos has one on him, that one does not count. We're running the slow way around the table. Okay. Then we're going to propose to Nawar. We need jewelry and we need chocolate. And we're going to play some Wheel of Fortune. It's not too hard to get this once you know the timing. But we need to win 3 times. The worst is when the knife falls really close to the edge and you're not entirely sure what color you got. Yep, exactly. Now I feel like, oh no, that's not what we want. It's fine. Pashtari is one, hello, and also, is that a line from something? Okay, yes, now we take care of Bruno. Half mana should be plenty to take care of Bruno, so it's fine. Beauty and the Beast. Now I feel bad that I didn't recognize it. I have not watched it. It is perfect, though. There we go. There's the Poison Dagger task. And it will warp us directly to the Hall of Kings, which is very convenient because that'll be right next to Ferrari's house. So we're going to do that. Where's the other guard? I need to see both guards. There we go. Because remember, the Calm only works on spells that for enemies you can see on screen, and we can't break into this house unless the guards are calmed. So there's a task for breaking into this house. There's a bunch of stuff to steal here. You don't need any of it. You just need to get inside. We also don't need to light the torch. We just need to get here to get to Ferrari's house. Now we need the rope and grapple again. And now you get to enjoy watching these guards say, "Hey, you! Come down here so we can arrest you." and we're just gonna not care, do our FIFA thing. Okay, we calm before we jump here, and then we need to, what is it, we need to oil this, oil that, and then we try to use our toolkit. It's gonna fail. Then we twist the bars and then use our toolkit again. Okay. This guard is really, really tired, and so we don't have to sneak. The only thing that wakes him up is the guard in the next room, if they notice that the Blackbird is gone. We don't need this vase, and I just realized I've never tested not taking the vase. I'm just pretty sure that it'll knock it over and make a lot of noise if you don't take it. And that's it. Last task, give the deed to Anne, and then we can proceed to the end game. So that should be everything. As with the wizard, there will be 4 incomplete tasks on the list by the end. So hopefully that's what we'll see. I feel like I got everything. I don't think there's anything I forgot. So yeah, this is definitely a right where I'm going to want to make that skill. Also looks like, no, it will not be sub 1 hour. Still pretty fast, though. We don't have to worry about being sneaky this time. And even better, we don't have to worry about the gate. They didn't bother fixing it. Oh, what a delight. Oh, wait. Okay, thank goodness. I was worried the calm wasn't going to work because of the enemies outside. Okay. So, specific sequence of calms here as well, because these enemies on the right are very rude. We calm once there. And we need to make sure all enemies are on screen for this next calm. So we're going to get to the top of the stairs. We're going to face left. We're going to run as far forward as we can. And wait. Calm again. And now we'll be able to get to this door, no problem. And we're going to want controls for this part. We're going to kill the Minotaur first. Its body moves. And we're going to kill these guys. A little clumsy there because I forgot to drink the mana pills. I keep forgetting how little mana you have as a thief with magic as compared to...
You think you have won, do you? You are mistaken. I will not be defeated. I will destroy everything and you both will die. I hold the prophecy stone in my hands. When it breaks, the Dark Dragon will rise to destroy all of Silmaria. If I cannot rule what is rightfully mine, then I shall destroy it. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. I am your doom.
We're going to blend two things. So let's put the fireproof potion on first. Well, let's do
I
this
fear
first.
we are in...
Yeah, we are in danger. That's fine. Fireproof potion. Drink that. Blank those things. Get out of the way, Elsa. You don't want to be here. It's going to explode. Then we need to heal Gort. So that thing right there was the fact that we still had the fireproof potion from the previous room. That counts as this task. You don't have to use the fireproof potion here. You just have to have the fireproof potion activated. So that's gonna and we're gonna hope for a good feast. Sub 104. I'm pretty happy with that time. I mean, we made some bumbling errors, but none of them were really that bad.
Then...
So Elsa claims to be our queen here, and that's really awkward considering the very next scene we're about to see. Shh, don't tell Elsa. Okay, fair enough. I guess promises we didn't intend to keep. It does apply here. I did it. I won. And now the grand reveal to see if I did, in fact, actually win. Yep, we did it. So these are the 4 tasks we can't complete. Thieves cannot marry Iran or Katrina. You can't do the 3rd task without getting a game over. There's no way to end the game and still get this task. And the last one is one I need to investigate. I do believe this last task is bugged. I'm able to get this task by patching one of the DLL files. Because I think there is a bug in the event handler for getting this task, where it's not checking for the correct event that you specifically throw the dagger at the dragon. But I need to investigate that more to see if it's possible to get. But as far as we know, that one is not possible to get. But yeah, that's 100% Thief.